I never imagined my past as a Navy SEAL would matter in a calm suburban neighborhood, until one afternoon dragged it straight back into my life. Three men dressed as fake officers wearing tactical vests and bogus patches marched onto my property pretending to enforce HOA rules. And then one of them made the worst mistake of his life. He struck my wife, Sarah. By the end of that day, their faces looked very different from when they arrived. It all started earlier that morning when Sarah went out to water the garden. She spotted a black SUV circling our street several times before finally parking across from our home. Three men stepped out, dressed in dark vests with shiny police patches that looked brand new. At first glance, they might have fooled someone, but not Sarah. She immediately noticed the cheap nylon belts, plastic holsters, and the biggest giveaway of all: not a single radio. No real officer operates without communication gear. The tallest one walked straight toward the yard. "Ma'am, HOA compliance inspection," he barked, flashing a badge that looked like it came out of a Halloween costume bag. Sarah calmly asked, "Since when does the HOA hire police officers?" The second man smirked. "We don't work for them. Around here, we are the law." Sarah told them they were trespassing and needed to leave immediately. Instead, the third guy stepped closer, hand on a fake baton. When Sarah pulled out her phone to record, he slapped it out of her hand and then hit her across the face. That's when I stepped outside. I'd been in the garage going through old gear when I heard her scream. Seeing her holding her cheek while these wannabe cops tried acting tough flipped a switch inside me. I walked right up to them. "You picked the wrong house. You've got 5 seconds to tell me who sent you." The tall one smirked. "The HOA president said you've been ignoring notices. We're here to enforce compliance." He tried to stare me down. I've stared down actual warlords. A suburban pretender in a knockoff vest didn't intimidate me for a second. I told Sarah to go inside and lock the door. She didn't hesitate. She knew exactly what was coming. I stepped closer and said quietly, "Lay a hand on my wife again, and you won't be walking out of here." They laughed, but the moment I asked for identification, their confidence cracked. Real police must identify themselves. These clowns refused. That's when it was clear. They weren't just trespassing. They were committing a felony, impersonating law enforcement. My stance shifted. Combat mode. They felt it immediately. The leader jabbed a finger toward me, shouting about HOA rules, my truck, my fence, and my military dogs. I calmly replied, "My parking is legal, my fence is within code, and those dogs are service animals protected by the ADA, and you three are facing years in prison." The shortest one tried bluffing and pulled out toy-grade handcuffs. That was the final straw. I moved fast, grabbed his wrist, twisted until the cuffs dropped, then delivered a clean elbow strike. He collapsed instantly. The second man swung his baton. I sidestepped, caught his arm, and used his momentum to throw him hard onto the concrete. Neighbors watching froze. The leader halted, suddenly terrified. "You're assaulting officers," he shouted. "No, I'm stopping 3 criminals from assaulting my wife." Then Sarah appeared at the door, phone up, recording. "Sheriff's already on the way," she yelled. The leader panicked and ran toward the SUV, but I grabbed the back of his vest, yanked him off balance, and pinned him to the hood. When real deputies arrived, they saw exactly what they needed to see. They cuffed the imposters, tore off their fake gear, and questioned them. The leader cracked quickly, admitting the HOA president, Karen Ellis, had paid them cash to intimidate us. This wasn't harassment anymore. It was a conspiracy. At the station, their fake gear was bagged as evidence. Under questioning, all 3 confessed. Karen hired them to scare us into falling in line. When deputies asked if I wanted to press charges, I didn't hesitate. Absolutely. But Karen didn't back down. By that evening, she filed a lawsuit claiming I used excessive force. She tried claiming her hired thugs were security contractors. My attorney nearly laughed. "This is a gift. We'll countersue with your video evidence." In court, Karen sat smugly beside her lawyer until Sarah's video played. The judge watched, the slap, the fake badges, the assaults. His expression didn't change. These men are criminals, and you hired them. He dismissed her case instantly and sanctioned her for abusing the legal system. We filed our counterclaim: conspiracy, harassment, emotional distress. Karen's face went pale as the judge held her personally responsible. As for the 3 impersonators, they were denied bail and charged with multiple felonies. When the sheriff shook my hand afterwards, he said, "Good thing you kept your cool. You probably saved your wife from something far worse." Karen thought fear and fake authority would control us. Instead, she lost everything.
Every neighborhood has its secrets, and every Karen leaves her mark. If you love true HOA stories like this, make sure to watch more on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life neighborhood drama. Thank you.